Good morning, Oak Park. My name is Solomon Hipsh, and today is Friday, November 22nd.
And I'm Alex Beals. We hope you're tuning in every Friday and Monday during Advisory for your cutting-edge news.
In celebrations, the bowling team competed this past Sunday against 19 other teams from the KC metro area. They went 8-0 for the day and took first place for the tournament for the very first time since 2009. Congratulations to everyone on the team. Now let's take a look about the events from that day from yours truly. Oak Park offers many different sports for their students to participate in, with bowling being one of those sports. Last Sunday, the Oak Park bowling team competed in a tournament against 19 other high school teams from around the Kansas City area at Gladstone Bowl. Let's meet the team members who competed and get an inside look on how they practice and compete.
My name is Brent Whitesell. I took over at the end of 22-23 season and have coached all the way since then.
Practices are team effort. We usually practice spares, just overall team effort. On a daily basis, for practices, we usually practice spares, and sometimes we do individual scores, and then we go against like other teams as like a practice and get an idea.
We usually come into the bowling alley, get ready, go over stuff over tournaments or whatever, and then we get ready to bowl, throw shots, throw corner pins, do Dutch doubles, do Baker, and it all turned out to be good. Our practice would look like pretty chill. We just go over the basics, go over the fundamentals of how everything works, and that's really it.
So for the tournaments, basically we take a team of 5 bowlers and we bowl Baker style. And Baker style is where the first bowler bowls the first frame and the 7th frame, the second bowler bowls the 2nd frame and the 8th frame, and then it goes on and on and on. And basically you bowl 2 frames out of every game, and then you have your anchor bowler, who's your 5th place bowler, that bowls the 5th and the 10th. And the 10th is a really important spot, since if you get 3 strikes, you can get 3 instead of just the 1 strike in a normal frame.
So basically you only throw twice a game, but it's like you go 1st, 6th, 2nd, 7th, 3rd, 8th, 4th, 9th, and then 5th and 10th.
It's a very unique setup where you start on one lane and then you move to a different lane every game. So you have to make that transition, you have to be able to adapt. And we had a really good lineup where our first bowler always was able to show us what the line was on that new lane.
For me, on any given day, at a tournament, I'm usually in the anchor seed spot, which I really enjoy because I like being under the pressure of carrying my team and making sure that the end of our game really hits hard and that we can overcome the other team's score. And so that's what my day usually looks like for me. And then I'm also there pumping up my teammates, giving out high fives and fist bumps, making sure that the other teams we bowl against know that they're doing well. Because in bowling, it's not about you want your opponent to do bad, it's just that you want to do good, and you want them to do as good as they can, but you want to do better than their best.
I just throw 2 shots a game, and then I have to try to support my teammates, and so we can do the best we can and try and win the whole thing. Well, my dad and mom try to get us into sports, so early my dad told me to pick a sport, and he named off a bunch of sports, and I just picked bowling, and that's what got me into it.
So what got me into bowling was my grandparents, and I was around 6 or 7 years old, and I was very on and off with it. I didn't have my own equipment, and then around 11, 12, I was going to leagues. I started, owning my own personal bowling balls, shoes, rags, just a bunch of, fancy stuff. And kind of took a long break for a few years, and then when I figured out that my high school has a bowling team, I'm like, oh, I want to bowl again. It was really fun when I was a kid and hanging out with people, chatting, actually, get to knowing people that understands the game you do. So yeah, it was definitely my grandparents who got me into it, and it's really sad that they can't actually watch me, progress in my talent, because I have a lot of talent and they see it, so does my mom. So out of all the people, I would love for them to be here.
We have some really good bowlers, high quality bowlers, but today was one of the best gelling times where you had all 5 bowlers that bowled together gelled. Nobody got down on anybody, everybody was positive. If somebody had an open frame, the next person got a mark. And there's one point during the tournament that we had 16 consecutive clean frames, which there's no opens, everybody spared or struck. Our low game for the day was 168, or 164, sorry. and our high game was 243. We had the highest scratch total we've had in 4 years, so it was a lot of fun, and just the attitude and the sportsmanship and the camaraderie for the team was great today. This is the first time that Oak Park has put their name on the trophy. We've had a lot of good teams in the past, but they just haven't been able to get over that hump to be able to get their name on the trophy. We won by 183 pins today, so we bowled consistently.
Every Thursdays at 3 o'clock, we have practice at the Gladstone Bowling Alley. It's not that far from Oak Park. It's probably like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, depending on where you live. Get in contact with Alex Beals. She is one of the managers on the team, or any other players that you think will give you the information, because I know I will, I know Brennan will, I know Ethan, I know Dylan will. I mean, a lot of these people will give you information. So, yeah, I mean, if you really want to join, show up at Gladstone at 3 o'clock every day after school. Well, on Thursdays. Not every day, but Thursdays.
The Oak Park bowling team ended up placing first overall in the tournament with an accumulative score of 1,911 pins. They're looking to defend the trophy at their next tournament on December 8th at Summit Lanes. This has been reporter Solomon Hipsh reporting for the Axe.
Your Oak Park swimmers had an exceptional performance at the Class 2 state swim meet this past weekend. The guys swam so well together and had a blast together as a team, Coach Ian Johnson wrote. Here are the highlights. Ben Place swam to 28th place in the 100 butterfly and 31st place in the 100 backstroke. Xavier Kavanaugh, Ty McKennis, Tyann Meyer, and Place took 24th place in the 200 medley relay. Kavanaugh, McKennis, Meyer, and Nico Nakahoto took 25th place in the 200 free relay. Kavanaugh, McKennis, Meyer, and Place swam to 22nd place in the 400 free relay, and Tyann Meyer also earned 21st place in the 500 freestyle. Congratulations to the boys swim team on their state standings.
Science Olympiad also had a great showing down at the O-Town Throwdown this past Saturday. Emmanuel Abamola and William Barlow took 10th place in the bungee drop. Brian Wilper and James Yao took 7th place in the wind power and also took 7th place in electric vehicles. And Tyler Beeson and Michael Resch took 7th in ecology. And getting up there on stage for the day, Remy Cox and Ava Garcia took 4th place on micro mission. Alex Beals and Donovan Jones took 4th place in helicopter, and they also took 1st place in the trajectory. Coach Gall said this was the best showing that they've ever had so early in the season in the 17 years that he has been coaching Science Olympiad.
The winter sports season has started, and the boys basketball team faces some unusual games this season. Let's hear them talk about those experiences to come in this report by Colson Peterson.
This year, the OP basketball began to talk about competing with teams out of state and what mindset they have for this season.
We play a pretty tough out-of-conference schedule, and all of our losses last year were from out of conference. So I think this year, just being on the same playing the best teams that we can, try to get as many wins.
Out-of-town teams, there's better competition and there's different atmospheres, so it'll just help us when we come back to conference play, playing at home.
Playing different out-of-conference teams will make us better, and just playing better competition, because I feel like there's better competition outside of the conference, and just playing teams from out of state, just being able to see different styles of play from other teams. And the mindset going in is just doing whatever it takes to win and not really having no excuses, just getting it done.
I would say it's going to make us better because playing teams with more size and play different styles, playing different out-of-state teams that play faster, play more physical, so that will prepare us for the long run down in state. Last year we ran some bigs we didn't see within the season, so it's really going to help us prepare for that this year.
I'll say it gets us ready for the state run. We should have won last year, but we fell short. When I say mindset-wise, we're coming in here very soulless. As in, you gotta come in being a dog every game. Gotta get our minds right, no talking to the refs, none of that we did last year. Didn't win a charity.
Thank you for that report, Colson. The next home boys basketball game will be at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, December 7th against Shawnee Mission Northwest. They have several games on the road between now and then, so wish them the best of luck in their travels.
This weekend on Saturday, November 23rd, the Oak Park PTSA hosts the 33rd Annual Craft Fair from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Over 100 vendors and crafters will be there, and Tom's Traveling Coffee will also be there, as well as our concession stand being open. And the concession stand will have $5 pulled pork sandwiches brought to you by the Barbecue Club.
Thanksgiving break starts this afternoon after school and will be a full week plus the following weekend starting this afternoon, and we will be back in session on Monday, December 2nd. To give you an idea of what that's going to be like, we are going to have 9 full days on break. So enjoy your time off, Northman.
But what will the weather be like while we're on break? Let's go over to this report by Ben Haas for the weather.
Good morning, Oak Park. Today we have a high of 49 degrees and mostly sunny today. And then for your 7-day forecast, we got a lot of sun and clouds, but then we got a cold front dropping us into the 40s. Then we got a chance for rain on Wednesday.
Anyways, thank you very much, Ben, for the weather report, as always. And speaking of reports, do you want to get featured on the Axe next week? Students or staff, please send in your best pictures of you and your friends and family celebrating for your fall break. Send them in to our producer, Alex Beals, at 723-157@nkcschools.org. That is 723-157@nkcschools.org.
And being featured on the Axe isn't the only way to relive this school year, which you can also do with the yearbook. Your sports teams and all the events from the year will be in there, and you can get yours right now for only $70 before the prices go up on January 1st. You can purchase your yearbook right now on My Payments Plus, which is the same place you pay for your school lunch. And thank you all for watching. I'm Alex.
And I'm Solomon, signing off for all of us here at the Axe. We hope you tune in the week after break for more cutting-edge news, and we hope you have a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving break.
And as always, remember to be ready, responsible, and respectful, because that's the Oak Park way.